Kobbie Mino could leave Manchester United in the summer. Yes, that's it. You heard me right. Kobbie could leave Manchester United in the summer. Meanwhile, Alejandro Garnacho is also not yet purely safe. Welcome to the United Road Sport. My name is Webb. Like, share, and subscribe as we get into this hard talk. Honestly, this is very hard talk for me. You do know me and my feelings about Kobbie. I went to Old Trafford specifically to search for Kobbie. And you remember what I got? Up to now, by the way, I don't know who came and stole my Kobbie badge, but I'm looking for it. My shirt 37 Kobbie badge was stolen from my house, but I'll get the thief. But anyway, let's get proper into what's happening. And I'm going to try as much as I can to be non-sentimental about this, because my bias about Kobbie might corrupt my opinion about the situation. But here's the thing. So the latest report that has come in does suggest that Man United might be inclined to the fact that they could lose Kobbie Mino in the summer. And a fee has been mentioned of about 70 million euros. That's what Man United could get from the sale of this 19-year-old big prospect of a player. Many of us clearly know Man United and non-Man United supporters, including the guy, my producer for today, an Arsenal guy, he will admit that Kobbie Mino is a generational talent. Not so? Yes, he said yes. So everyone who loves football knows how talented this boy is. And to imagine that Man United could lose him in the summer at the heart of a transition of the team, where the team is transiting from relying on older players to youngsters, to youngins, and lead a transition that is going to see us in a few years, 2-3 years, compete with the likes of Arsenal, the likes of Man City, the bowling clubs now, Liverpool and the likes. It is unfathomable. But let's be also real about it. This boy and his representatives are acting greedy. Apparently, one of the reasons and the core reasons why that could happen, and guys, it's still it could happen. It's not done and dusted. The reason why it could happen is because his representatives are still holding out for £180,000 per week for Kobbie. Now, honestly, we all know this. Before his injury, we didn't know. All of us didn't know where exactly Kobbie fitted into the team. Of course, the genius in me knew long time ago that he should be playing as a 10. Yeah, I can brag about it because, I was the only guy insisting when all of you were convinced that he should be played as a central midfielder. I was telling you this boy is a 10. And indeed, the one game he played at it as a 10, scored a goal and assisted another. Baller, complete baller. But the reality is, up to now, Amorim is yet to completely figure out where Kobbie fits into his system. So even for Kobbie, he should not feel like he's the finished article. He's just a prospect and a talented youngster who has got a good future ahead of him. You cannot tell me that you're just a prospect, but you're demanding £180,000 per week. In the past Man United run by John Mata, Richard Arnold, and all their incompetent folks, it would make sense. But with Man United going into a transition where they are changing things to do things right, not wasting money, left, right, and center, paying people what they deserve, signing players for the right fee, building a team, and then selling players in the future. Kobbie, who is an academy kid, and his representatives must know more than anyone that Ineos, Sir Jim and Co. will not pay him £180,000 per week. And I'll tell you, there are people who say if Kobbie, if these talks had started when he scored that winning goal against Wolves or the impeccable games he had under Eric Ten Hag, there are people who would say maybe then would give him the money. No, even then it would be wrong, guys. Money spoils these kids. That's one. But also, we're in a transition. That kind of money is not there. But even then, more importantly, 180,000 quid per week is money you give to players who are winning titles, like Real Madrid players, Marco Reus, and name them. Big, proper world-class players are players who can earn that kind of money. Rice at Arsenal or the captain Odegaard and the likes. Kobbie has no right to demand that amount of money. I've said it here before. Tops 100k per week. Makes sense. Anything more than that, Man United would be so generous. Amad Diallo is earning just about £120,000 per week. Right now, clearly, Amad Diallo is a more important player for Man United than Kobbie. Whereas Kobbie, again, like I said, at 19, he's a generational talent and he can become a captain. In fact, I remember dropping a video back then where I said this boy is a potential future captain of Man United. But he has not earned it yet. So if Man United are losing him because he's holding to his guns, him and his team are holding to their guns and saying they are not giving, they only want £180,000 per week, nothing less, then United can part ways. I will say, you know what, Kobbie, I had my dreams of naming my next kid Kobbie. Perhaps I would still do it. If I have a son again, God willing. But you can move on because, I mean, club first, club first. And I know, yeah, I mean, it might sound funny that it's coming from me, but that's the truth. The club has got to stay afloat. The club is fighting because of wrong decisions made, and we make another wrong decision to give Kobbie £180,000 per week. It's unfathomable. So for me, that's a no-brainer. Kobbie is not earning that money. Now, people are asking, if Man United were to lose one of the two players, because again, like I said, we don't know the exact reason why. We are thinking mostly it's because of the contract situation and the lack of progress, because the club will not go on conversations and negotiations with him and his camp for forever. So at some point, it has got to come to an end. And meanwhile, Kobbie is expected back in the team on Tuesday for the game against Nottingham Forest, maybe on the bench or perhaps close to the return. But eventually, they've got to move on and progress and do things, go get a life, if I would say. Now, there are reports claiming, though, that Man United might either lose Kobbie or Garnacho. Remember, these reports were still there in Jan, and somehow it was figured out, and they both stayed. Now, people are asking, if Man United were to lose one of the two, Kobbie or Garnacho, who would you lose? Let me put this to an Arsenal fan. Kobbie or Garnacho, who would you lose?
There, maybe we can lose Garnacho.
See? That's how talented Kobbie is. Of course, this guy is an Arsenal guy, but he's also a football guy. I'm sure he's not trying to make us lose the right player. But honestly, I agree with him, because whereas Garnacho is increasingly becoming good and important player and clearly looks like he can improve and fit into the Ruben Amorim system, if United were to lose one of the two on footballing grounds, honestly, Kobbie is a more talented player than Garnacho by far. Kobbie can play as a central midfielder. He can play either 8 or 6. He can play as a 10. He can play as a false 9. We've seen it before. But even what things he does on the ball are impeccable. Garnacho can't do a lot of the things Kobbie can do with the ball. So it's a matter of time. So in terms of talent, I think it's a no-brainer. I think Kobbie is a more gifted player than Garnacho. But right now, Garnacho is more established than him. So even Garnacho is not asking for 180,000 per week. So this whole situation for me is painful for me to talk about, but that's the reality. So Kobbie, please humble your ass, calm yourself, just cool your ass down, and just get your 100k per week or 80k per week and play football. And in 3-4 years, when you're in your prime, you can demand for even 200k per week. But if you want 180k per week now, bro, Saudi. Anyone has a Saudi contact for Kobbie? I could offer you one. I could volunteer to get you a contact in Saudi. If it's about money, I'm sure they will give you more. I think Saudi can give Kobbie even 500k per week. So you can go there. But if it's football, Kobbie, 100k is good for you on a generous day. And me being the web who loves you, who admires your game and loves you to start Man United, I would give you 120 just out of generosity. And perhaps I would expect some kickback. I'm kidding. Kickback is not good. Subscribe to the United of Sport. My name is Webb. Like, share. Guys, I never dreamt 1 year ago or less, I never dreamt or thought that I would be here talking about Kobbie before a summer transfer window, and I'm linking him with a move away. It's insane. It doesn't even sound right, me saying it. My mouth is bitter right now. I need a soda. Bye-bye, guy. Subscribe. Mm-hmm.